Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulous. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with two lovers trying to reconcile, and what closes with married people who are separated, not able to reconcile, at least at the moment? If you guess Love and Hip Hop Miami, I don't know what number two, season 1 episode 2, then you're correct. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Y'all, I got a new tablet. I've been running. It's black and white on my side. I don't know if it's filming black and white. I don't really have a chance right now to deal with it, so this might be the black and white edition. So we gonna go with it. Damn, hold on one second. So we got Pleasure P. He at the beach. He done pulled his car up on the sand. When I was in Dominican Republic, one time we did that, and then we had got caught in the sand, and some people had to help us get out. We saw other people pulling up in the sand, so we did that too. But nah, it was a challenge. So and then another car pulls up. It's Miss Shay. She meeting up, and she said that she thought that she would see him on his knees begging for forgiveness for not having her back. And he's on the phone. When she gets there, she's like, get off the phone, talk to your lady. Why are you going backwards, getting with the group? You should be going forward. Pleasure P is like, well, what I'm doing with the group is between me and God, and you're not God. And Shay is like, you allowed that man to disrespect me. You know, Scrappy would have never had done that. And then Pleasure P is like, I picked you up after Scrappy threw you into the scrapyard. And we need to all take responsibility for our part. Everybody was wrong, but you got to be positive. You being negative toward my group. And, you know, my bandmates have a name. You will call them by their name, say their name, give me a hug. You know, we not going to be, you know, we going to keep it moving, I guess. Or we ain't going to fight. And then we see Prince. He's a promoter, and he's at Club Ivy meeting up with DJ Feezy. And DJ Feezy is like, you know, you the prince, but you not the king yet, you know. But, you know, you got girls, but it's all about the money and the vibes. And once you hit 1 million, then you'll be the king. There's only one other person who could be competition, and that's DJ Michelle Pooch. And then they show a run-in, you know, as background evidence or whatever of the drama between the two of them. We see a run-in where Michelle Pooch was having a party, and she ends up asking him to leave. And he like, I shouldn't leave because I can add value. And she like, I need you to leave. You know, you the wrong look for my kind of event. You a little bit too ratchet for my event. And I cater, Michelle Pooch says, to a different clientele. Young ghetto, sir. Okay, so then Prince is like, I'm Prince, and there ain't no princess. And, you know, Pooch, I thought she was just a +1, but she disrespected me, and so now it's personal. Okay, so then we have Veronica Vega. She's a recording artist, and Amara is arriving at Veronica's photo shoot. And she also has somebody called Steph LaCourt with her, or Steph. We just gonna call her Steph. And then Amara is like, you know, they're fellow artists, these two women. They're the only ones who can understand, or they can understand how hard it is to cross over. And Amara tells them about her encounter with young Hollywood, and they seem like, wow, what? I can't believe he did that. I thought they'd be like, yeah, girl. You know, but anyway. Yeah, so they seem shocked. And then Steph, she's like, you know what, as a light-skinned Haitian, I get it all the time where people are like, you ain't Haitian because you're light-skinned. So she says she you know, gets that pushback, so she understands not fitting into the stereotype. And then Amara is near tears as she continues to tell them, talk about it, and about having to fight for, you know, to be who she is, to be black and Latina, to be black and a woman, to be black and, you know, it's like that black and, you know, whatever, the struggle of the black and. And they tell her, you know, to push through, and they comfort her, and you can do it, girl. Don't let them get you down. You know, don't let the bastards grind you down. So anyway, then we see Miss Trina. She's meeting up with her cousin Joy. She had another cousin. She don't got just one cousin. She got another cousin. And this woman is also Trick Daddy's wife, but they've been separated for 4 years. So tonight is Joy's birthday, but it's also a huge appearance for TNT. That's Trina and Trick Daddy. And Trina is like, you know, well, 4 years is too long, girl. And Joy is like, well, I sent the divorce mediation person to him, and Trick didn't take the next step. He didn't do anything. And plus, there might still be, you know, hope for us. And Trina is like, you think there's hope? And Joy is like, no. She like, Trina like, right, no. So you need to move on. And then we see Trick at an event, and he's at the event, you know, and he's noticing Joy, and he like saying to us, you know, why is she here? You know, she pop up because her cuz is Trina, and you know, she's Trina cuz, but it's been 4 years since we talked. So I don't want to celebrate her birthday with her. So he know when her birthday is, he still remember. And then I think, you know, I'm like, I don't really understand what's going on. I was kind of thinking it's like a cheaper to keeper type situation. Like, he don't want to go through the divorce because, you know, legally he may have to give her, you know, some money, and he hadn't figured out how to get out of that. And so he may just feel like, well, forget it. I'm just going to keep things the way they are, and that's it. But also, I'm like, as I watched the show the second time to take notes, I'm like, well, maybe he still kind of like her, because he seemed like like I'm noticing here, oh, he know when her birthday is. He still remember her birthday, although when you married with, so I remember my first husband's birthday too. So kind of, sort of. I remember it's either the 26th or the 28th. I know that. So then we see, you know, then we see Amara, and she's at her mom's house, and her mom is like watching video of her as a young girl, maybe 8 or 12 years old, performing. And Amara is like, oh, Faya. I'm like, girl, she a cute little girl. What you talking about, Faya? You wasn't ugly. She cute, and you can see she's been a performer all her life, and she looks chocolate, legitimately brown. I mean, you know. And you know, she's feeling bad, and you know, she doesn't want to bring bad news to her mother, like update her on Hollywood, because her mother works so hard, and she just want to bring gifts and money and new houses and success and happiness to her mama, and she want to bring it now. She feel like things are taking too long, and she feels bad, and her mother is like, I love you, Amara. And Amara is like, I love you, mommy. And that's the end of that scene. Then we got Gunplay, and he's meeting up with Miami Tip plus somebody named Strawberry. And he say it's strictly business for him, although I noticed that he didn't tell his woman that he used to deal with Miami Tip. So it seems like you should disclose that just for future reference, so it's no, you know, misunderstanding. So that he had history with this wannabe colleague. He want to work with her, but he ain't tell his woman that he had history with her. And Tip is like, you know, she's saying her thing, she don't really want him, but she basically wants him to want her, because that's like her personality. That's her thing. And she like, you know, they talking about work or whatever. She like, hey, look, I'm single. Are you single? That's really the question. And he like, well, you know, I got a situation. I'm with somebody. She like, oh, it's somebody every other week. But can she do for you what I can do? And she get up on the pool table, and she twerking and jerking and, you know, carrying on. And yeah. Does she do it like I do it? Because I can give it to you like how you like it. And I'm like, oh my, oh my. This stripper talk it's like very intense, and we at the pool hall, and it's like all public. I was like, oh Lord. Then we see Shay, and she's exercising, walking with Michelle Pooch, the promoter who's the big competition, the Prince. And then Michelle updates Shay about her event and her experience with Prince. And then Shay tells that, you know, Michelle Pooch, I got your back. You the number one. Can't nobody take your place. She got Shay. Shay got her back. Shay gonna beat Prince up, I guess. And then Shay tells Michelle Pooch, about Pleasure P, who she loves. And also about Pretty Ricky and them getting together. And Michelle was like, you know, I heard about it. But, you know, Shay is like, you know, I can't have a weak man in my life. And I don't like how he didn't stand up for me and all of this. And Michelle is like, you know, support your man. You know, the band is not going anywhere. Just woosah. And then Shay is like, okay, woosah. Now, her blowing up seemed fake, and this whole interaction with this woman seemed fake to me. Because I'm thinking that she is in the I have to work on the Shrek flyers. Okay, I'm thinking that Shay is in the opening credits. It's 8 people in the opening credits, so I'm thinking that Pleasure P ain't gonna be here for long, but Shay is. And so I'm thinking they just set it up for some drama to start with. I don't know. Okay, so that was the acting part. That's not the reality part. Then we have Gunplay, and he's telling his woman, I think her name is Kiera, about Miami Tip hitting on him. And he's really proud because he kept his integrity, he says, and he curved her. And he is telling Kiera what happened. And Kiera is not really happy. She like, that's why I didn't want to come to Miami in the first place. You know, these women don't respect a man that's involved with the relationship. And how are you going to feel? I think this is what she was saying, when I'm out here working and bringing in money and the men are all over me. I didn't really understand that part. But anyway, you know, and then she, you know, walk off and he looking at her booty. And then we got an event at a lounge. At a lounge, it's a video release party for Young Hollywood, you know, or his artist or something. And then Veronica Vega and Steph are going to the party because Steph's management told her to go to the party. She got invited or whatever. And, but they going to the party because they want to check Young Hollywood for making their girl Lamara cry and upsetting her. You know, they like, well, who, what, how, who? You know, so Hollywood come over and he introduced to Steph and, you know, oh, I've heard about Veronica Vega. And he seemed like he flirting with her like right from the jump. And Veronica is like, yeah, well, you heard about me. Well, what about my girl Lamara? I heard, you know, you was said to her, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And he said, and, you know, she's like, you know, they like, you really hurt her. And then he says he didn't want to offend her, but he says that he will apologize. And then Steph is like, well, how about you apologize? And Young Hollywood is like, well, I will apologize if Veronica agrees to go out to dinner with me. And Veronica is like, you can't afford my situation. And Steph is like, I'm going to go powder my nose. And then Hollywood is, you know, talking, they going back and forth and she being all jazzy and sassy with him. Don't touch me without permission. And, you know, he like, I like you, you know, so he likes her. So he likes her. Hollywood likes Veronica. So that's going to be the drama coming up. We already knew because we saw it in the super trailer and all of that. And then we see Shay prepping a romantic dinner for Pleasure P. And I wasn't paying close attention this time, but the first time I watched it, it seemed like I thought she was prepping the dinner and he was going to show up and they were going to be together. And we saw him in transit, but then we got slapped in our face because Pleasure P ended up being not with Shay, but he ended up being with Gabby, a whole nother person at a restaurant out someplace else. So it was like we got the old bamboozle. But he's with his ex Gabby. I think they were together for 4 years. And he says that he may have told Shay that he was tied up, but he could really use the support that he's always gotten for Gabby for his career. And Gabby is like, hey, what's up? Maybe she heard. I think she heard. Didn't she say she heard the Pleasure P was getting back together? So that's why she gave him a call. Maybe she figured he going to have some more money. I don't know. But anyway, you know, so she's giving him a call. So it's kind of left open as to whether they're going to get back together or not. Then we see we're at a club, like a booty titty bar or whatever. And a person named Chinese Nikki, I guess, is friends with Kiera. And Kiera is telling her about, you know, Gunplay's, that, you know, this woman named Miami Tip was hitting on her man, Gunplay. And that, you know, well, Chinese Nikki is like, well, how did you find out she was doing that? What? And Kiera is like, oh, my man told me. Gunplay told me. And then they go over to Miami Tip and confront, you know, and Kiera is like, you know, I'm Gunplay's woman. And he told, you know, you can't be hitting on him. You know, he told me that you hit on him and you got up on the pool table. And at first it seemed like it was going to be a big thing because it was like Miami Tip was like, I don't care who, you know, whose woman, who, what, I don't care. I'm a stripper and I'm a strip. That's what I do. I'm a temptress and I'm a temp. That's what I do. And then all of a sudden it was like Miami Tip was like flirting with Kiera, like, you know, she like how she look, or, you know, I don't know. I wasn't watching good, but you know, what could have been a big blow up became, I guess, a potential threesome. I don't really know where they're going with that. Okay. So then we got Joy, and she is at Trick Daddy's place. Now remember, Joy is Trick Daddy's ex-wife and also Trina's, I mean, not ex-wife, his wife, but they separated for 4 years, and Trina's cousin. And she says that he doesn't return her texts or he doesn't answer her calls. So she just popped up. And and then Joy is explaining, she's like, well, I wanted to explain to you why I left. I just wasn't happy. And Trick is like, you weren't happy and now you ain't happy. So you weren't happy then and you weren't happy now. So that don't even make no sense. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. And I treated you like a queen. And you out here with all these bums, these peasants. I gave you a $10,000 truck. You driving around $10,000 truck. These bums you out here with, they can't even put a $12,000 tire on your $10,000 truck. And you said you was unhappy and you still ain't happy. And I'm upset. Let me see if I missed. Oh, and also he see the pictures on the Instagram. So I'm like, so he following her on Instagram. So I think Trick Daddy still like Joy. I think Joy is the trick to Trick Daddy's happiness. And he get all worked up, and you with dudes, you'll never find anybody to love you as much as I loved you, and you'll never find anybody who's as rich as I am. And he storm up the stairs, and Joy is like, Trick Daddy. So she been calling, texting. He ain't returning her calls because he's still emotionally invested. Because I feel like if I don't give a care about somebody, I'll be like, what? No, I'm not interested. Bye. I'm not going to be, let's end all of this stuff right now. But anyway, that's what I got. Is it the black and white edition? We'll see. But we going to keep it moving. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around. Did I say I'm Angela and the channel is Be Fabulous You? We're working on 200 subscribers, a solid 200 subscribers. We're very, very close because one place I went, it said 200. Another place I went, it said 196. So we're very, very close. We're close. So subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. Welcome back if this is not your first time with me, and welcome if it's your first time. I'm about to do my review for Wags Atlanta right now, provided that the light holds out. And share the video, comment, like, all of that other good stuff. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. You're number one. You're the number one stunner. So be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous, you. Be you. Be fabulous. How do I shut that? It's a new tablet, so I don't even know how to work it. Be fabulous, you. My old tablet had a hard button on it. This one have a digital button, so I guess I